So as predicted, Pete Hegseth announced today that he will be making as many changes as possible to remove women from the military. First, they are going to redo the physical standards so that they are focused on male physical standards, removing as many women as possible from combat. That will then result in women not being eligible for leadership roles moving forward. During Pete Hegseth's speech to military generals and high-ranking officials, he talked extensively about how women were promoted within the military and they didn't deserve it. This has been his goal all along. He said it many times while he was on Fox News and podcasts, and he wrote it down in a book. And we told everyone before he was nominated that this is exactly what he will do. He doesn't want women in the military, and he is taking tangible steps to remove them.
If you're a female in the military, we literally have to come together right now. Like, things are about to get very, very real, very, very serious, like really quick. Especially if you're a female and you're in leadership in the military. Like, this is a time for you to start looking out for your younger troops, educating them, standing up for them, right? Looking out for them, making sure that they're good, making sure that they feel heard. Like, this is a time for us as women in the military to stand up and band together. Like, I don't want to hear none of that pettiness. I don't want to hear anything. Okay? Like, we literally have to come together right now.
War does not care if you're a man or a woman. Neither does the enemy. Nor does the weight of your rucksack, the size of an artillery round, or the body weight of a casualty on the battlefield who must be carried. This is not about preventing women from serving. We very much value the impact of female troops. Our female officers and NCOs are the absolute best in the world. But when it comes to any job that requires physical power to perform in combat, those physical standards must be high and gender neutral. If women can make it, excellent. If not, it is what it is. If that means no women qualify for some combat jobs, so be it. Today, at my direction, each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS, for every designated combat arms position, returns to the highest male standard only. I'm also directing that warfighters in combat jobs execute their service fitness test at a gender-neutral, age-normed male standard scored above 70%. Simply put, if you do not meet the male-level physical standards for combat positions, cannot pass a PT test, or don't want to shave and look professional, it's time for a new position or a new profession.
Hi, Sis Talk family. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Teresa.
And I'm Scholar, and in here we react to trending stories all over the world with thoughtful perspectives and engaging discussion. So without further ado, let's dive into it. On today's trending topic, the Fox News host Pete Hegseth had something to say about the military women.
For those who don't know Pete, he's a TV personality and he was a military veteran himself. And he said that he doesn't believe in women being in combat, that it weakens the military. Before we go into details, let's first of all see the reaction of people, how they reacted on his statement. Then we'll come back with our full commentary at the end of the video.
We now know what the US Defense Secretary wanted to say to all those generals and admirals he ordered in from all over the world to hear his speech in Virginia. Largely about fitness. He said that combat troops will now be required to meet the highest male standard only, and they have to score above 70% in the male standard he's talking about of their service's physical fitness test. So he's talking about fitness as opposed to strength, which is confusing some people, but he went on to say if women can make it, excellent. If not, it is what it is. He also said it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon leading commands around the country in the world. He says that is a bad look. Hegseth going on, I don't want my son serving alongside troops who are out of shape or in a combat unit with females who can't meet the same combat arms physical standards as men, or troops who aren't fully proficient in their assigned weapons, platform or task, or under a leader who was the first but not the best.
The military just became so much more dangerous for women. In 2004, when I was 19 and stationed overseas, I was strangled and assaulted by a military officer. Now, mind you, this was 1 year before the anonymous reporting option came out, which helped advocate for victims of sexual assault. And today, Pete Hegseth described how he's going to roll back those changes. I can tell you the hell that it is when you report something in the military as a young 19-year-old E2 stationed overseas. I'll leave out all of the details, but it wasn't someone I knew, and they were tried in a court of their peers and sentenced to prison. So justice was served. It was the scariest thing I've ever been through in my entire life. It would have happened a year later. I would have had many more resources to help me.
Hear me out, y'all. So I watched the video of the one and only Pete Hegseth, however you pronounce your name, okay? You was talking your stuff about how women, you made a speech about to the generals, okay? Talking about if women can't qualify to get into the freaking military because of their strengths or any reason that would disqualify them. It is what it is. But baby, I just was scrolling TikTok and I seen a video of you at the gym struggling to do a curl up to just pull your own body weight up. And I was looking at this video and I said, I think I can take him. Like, forget the I'm not even military trained, but baby, I think I can take you. I think if 1 and 2 was if push was coming to shove or that opportunity presented itself and we was in a you versus me situation, I really think based on your curl up in that video, I really think that I can take you. And I know for sure my auntie could take you because she fought in Desert Storm, baby. She's over 6 foot, okay? I know my auntie would have took you down, okay? So do not come for the women because if we can set this arrangement up, baby, because you coming for women, but you can barely do a curl up. You can't even pull your own body weight up. Like, what is going on, dude? Like, if you don't sit, go sit down. Go sit down. Because I'm over here, I'm barely a buck over 100, but I really think I can take you. I really do. Like, sit down. Do you really need to see our military women? Do you need to see my auntie? Don't make me get my auntie on you. Stop playing. Desert Storm, you better put some respect on our name.
Today, Pete Hegseth announced that going forward, females in the armed forces will be required to meet the same physical standards as men in the armed forces. How is it possible that the party who is obsessed on the biological differences between men and women don't understand why this is a stupid idea? This has been your whole entire platform, the differences in men and women. And you don't see why men and women should have different physical standards? And don't give me the whole, if she's not strong enough to lift me out of that trench, I don't want her there. Guess what, my friend? If she's not there, then no one is, okay? This isn't a zero-sum game. A woman who can deadlift 175 pounds is going to be beneficial to saving your life. This is a slap in the face and a disgrace to every woman who has served in the armed forces. I'm calm now, but just someone articulate to me what I'm missing. Godspeed.
As a retired Air Force Master Sergeant with 22 years under his belt, I can attest to the sacrifices and the heroics of the women who serve in the military. The comments and behaviors of Pete Hegseth toward our women is embarrassing. It's despicable. But I'm here to tell you, as someone who has served alongside women in our military, they are some of the most courageous, battle-tested warfighters our nation has ever seen. So yes, we need women in our military. No, there has never been a double standard for women in the military. There's never been a standard for women and another standard for men. So Pete Hegseth is talking out the side of his ass. Women, if anybody in the world thanks you, I do. I've served alongside you, and I saw you. I saw you. I saw the challenges you have to face. I saw other men who didn't think you could do the job or turn a wrench. But lo and behold, a lot of y'all ran circles around men who thought they were it. So to all women who are serving, and for those that are no longer serving, thank you. Thank you for your service.
Holy shit. I just listened to a bit of Pete Hegseth's speech to his generals, and he's saying that, unbelievable. Frankly, it's tiring to look out at the combat formations, or really any formation, to see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon. So what he's proposing is everybody in the service must pass a physical fitness test twice a year. Anybody who's in combat. For a president who is the president of peace, I find it terribly ironic that we have a war department. And we are just all about hoorah, war at this point. He also made it very clear that that women it would be gender neutral, but on the scale for men. And if women don't pass the same level, I think he said 72 or something, I can't remember, as men, then they're out. They're fucking out. Twice a year. So if a woman gets pregnant, and at the end of her pregnancy is her second test, and she can't perform it, she's gone. That's how they're going to get rid of women in the military. And if you want to learn more about men who hate women, I highly suggest this book. I will put it right there in that orange shopping cart.
So they don't want women in combat roles anymore. But I guarantee you that my 15-year-old daughter who's in the JRTC and Raider Squad could outmaneuver most of these old fat asses who don't think women should be in the military or combat roles.
Recon 3. 1, 2, 3. Recon. Down. 1. Down. 2. Down. 3. Down. 4. Down. 5. Down. 6. Down. 7. Down. 8. Down. 9. Down. 10. Down. 11. Down. 12. Down. 13. Down. 14. Down. 15. Down. 16. Down. 17. Down. 18. Down. 19. Down. 20. Down. 21. Down. 22. Down. 23. Down. 24. Down. 25. Down! Airborne! Down! Scuba! Down! Recon!
Shells.
1 in 4 women in the military report having experienced sexual assault, and more than half report sexual harassment. And those numbers don't even scratch the surface. Researchers estimate the vast majority of incidents go completely unreported. In other words, what's already on paper is only the tip of the iceberg. Yet, this week, the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, stood in front of hundreds of military leaders at Quantico and announced sweeping changes to the military's Equal Opportunity Act, or process. He packaged them neatly under the slogan, "No more walking on eggshells." The Military Equal Opportunity Program was created specifically to prohibit discrimination and sexual harassment in the armed forces. It exists because sexual assault and harassment have been and still are rampant in the ranks across your military branches. These are people who leave their homes, risk their lives, and make enormous sacrifices, and Hegseth's solution is to take away the limited avenues that they have to seek any form of accountability for assault or harassment. Removing the ability to report anonymously is designed to make women more unsafe in the military and encourage them to not report their assaults. And no more repeat complaints. Are we kidding? Because people who assault women are notorious for doing it only once, right? A totally isolated incident that would never require a repeat report. The sarcasm here writes itself. It's actually just disgusting. This isn't about liberating commanders. It's about stripping away protections for service members, especially women, and signaling that reporting harassment or assault is once again a career-ending risk. What Hegseth is doing here is part of a broader Trump-era playbook, making spaces more hostile for women, rolling back decades of progress under the guise of restoring order, and pretending it's about fairness or discipline. It's not. It's about exclusion. The message is crystal clear. The Trump administration knows they can't just come out here and say women don't belong in the military, so they're just making it impossible for them to survive in it.
Women in uniform have come out to challenge Pete, and they have shown him even the medals, showing him how they have proven themselves over and over again.
They said, I mean, we've been on front lines and we have also led troops and we have even proved ourselves time and time again. Then what else does Pete want? Because people are also saying that, I mean, Pete thinks that Call of Duty is real life. Pete thinks like a 1950 person. I mean, that is what people had to say about Pete's speech.
And I think he's wrong, first of all, because we got the same training.
Yeah.
You know, we go through every difficult thing together. So in military, they don't like differentiate a man and a woman. They do the same thing together. And that's why women, they're like, they deserve everything they got.
And also, women have been proving people wrong for centuries. And honestly, the military is not exception. We've been proving ourselves in different levels. Not only military, there are doctors, there are pilots, there are other careers that women have flourished in. Yeah.
And there's a saying that says, what a man can do, a woman can do better. Yeah.
Pete said that the US is going woke, and you can imagine how people took that. And on his side, supporters are also saying that he's just telling the truth about physical standards and readiness.
I get Pete's concern, but facts are facts, yeah? Women are out here serving and sacrificing just like men does, you know? The real question is, are we giving them equal support and respect? And if you found this video interesting and you would really like to see more of this, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe for us. We really appreciate. Also give us a thumbs up.
And don't forget to hit that notification bell for more updates.
See you in the next video.